This is your Park Lane morning announcement.
Good morning, Park Lane. This is Mrs. Strader broadcasting live from Park Lane Elementary. Today is Thursday, September the 4th, 2014. Welcome to our substitute today, Mrs. Bicknell. Okay, we have a lot of birthdays again to celebrate as we're trying to fit in all of our August birthdays, but let's start with a couple of today birthdays. First of all, we have Caitlin. Caitlin, who's your teacher?
Miss Allen.
And how old are you today?
6.
All right, happy birthday. And the other person who has a birthday today is James. James, who's your teacher?
Mrs. Howard.
And how old are you today?
5.
Happy birthday. Have a great day today. All right, and then we've got our August birthdays. And actually, all of them had a birthday on August the 4th, okay? So let's start with Caden. Caden, who's your teacher?
Miss Pond.
Mrs. Pond. And how old were you on your birthday? Or how old are you now?
6.
All right, happy birthday to you, a little belated. And next we've got Madison. Madison, how old are you now?
6.
All right, and who's your teacher?
Miss Anderson.
Mrs. Edmiston, great. Happy birthday belated to you. And finally, all the way down there on the end, we've got Daniel. Hey, Daniel, how old are you?
5.
5. And who's your teacher?
Mrs. Edmondson.
Mrs. Edmiston, too. All right, happy birthday belated to you. Hey, we also have a brand new student today, and we'd like to introduce her. So come on over. Come on down. A little shy on your first day to get to be on the news is pretty exciting. And this is Savannah. So I want everybody to meet Savannah. When you see Savannah today, please make her feel welcome. Hey, Savannah comes to us from Perrin Woods. Is that right? All right. Who's your teacher?
Mrs. Boggs.
Mrs. Boggs. All right. So especially if you're in Mrs. Boggs' room, we know you'll make her feel welcome. But if you have maybe lunch and recess with Mrs. Boggs' class, make sure that you seek out Savannah and tell her welcome to Park Lane. We're glad you're here. Okay? All right. Teachers, we have a couple iPads that did not get returned to the library after technology yesterday. We think they probably got sent back to a classroom by mistake, and they're iPads number 3 and 23. So if you have those, please make sure that you send those down to the library this morning. Zoe, what's for lunch today?
Chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of like a chicken nugget, isn't it? Just a little different shape. All right, Damien, what about that weather today?
Sunny.
All right, glad to see that sunshine. All right, boys and girls, hey, remember that we want you out there being respectful, responsible, peaceful, problem-solving learners, okay? Because that's the way that, hey, you are going to be the best learner. That's the way that you're going to earn those hot tickets, your good stamp days, so that you can be at our next PBS rewards. All right, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Park Lane News. Have a great day, and remember, we're all here to
Learn.